So here's what you see when you land InDesign for the first time, and you can switch to terminal view and list view when it comes to accessing your recently accessed files. You can also create a new project from scratch by clicking on this button. You can also open existing InDesign files from your computer by using this button. So to create a new document in InDesign, you'll have to click on New. It pops up the New Document dialog box, and in this dialog box, you decide on the preset over here. So in the presets, you may use default or custom. So in custom, you will have to decide on the settings over here. Over here in intent, you decide whether what you are doing is a print publication, web publication, or mobile publication. And I want to go by print publication. So over here, InDesign supports multiple pages, so you can decide on the number of pages you want to use in your project. So you can decide on 20, it means you're going to have 20 pages. So I can type 20 over here. And how do you want your pages to be numbered? I want it to start from 1, so I can click to type 1 here or maintain 1 here. And do you want the pages to be facing each other? If you want the pages to be facing each other, you leave this check. If not, and you want it to appear in singles, you check this off. But then I want to have the pages facing each other. And then over here, do you want to automatically insert a text frame in your document? If you want it, you click to check this. If not, you leave it on check. And then over here, this is where you decide on the page dimension. If you already have a dimension in mind, you can key it right here. And then also, if you want to use any of the standard paper sizes, you can click and decide over here. It could be A4, A5 for the view. So I want to go by A5. Over here, you can decide on your page orientation. Do you want it landscape or portrait? You take the decision over here. And then at this session, you can decide on the number of columns you want to have in your page. I may want to use 2. And then you can also decide on the gutter over here. That is the spacing between the columns. And then we have the margins. I want the margins to be uniform. So I'll maintain the same value at the top, bottom, left, and right. And then also we have settings for your bleed over here. So at the moment, my bleeding gaps are 0s, and I want to set it to 1. So let it be 1 for all of them, and I want my slag to be 5. And you can see that the 5 didn't repeat itself in the other fields. So in order to have it repeat itself in the other fields, I'll have to make sure that this is locked, and then it repeats over there. So I am through with the settings for my new document, and I can click on OK to have the document created for me. I will be taking you through the interface, but before I do that, I want to explain to you what we have here. This is our A5 document, and you can see that I have 2 columns. This is the first column and the second column over here. And this is our bleeding gap. That is the red box you can see over there. And here is our slag. The slag is where printers keep information such as calibration marks and colors. Okay, so here I'll be taking you on a quick tour around the interface. So at the top we have our menu bar right here. File, edit, layout type, Object, Table, View, Window, and Help. And beneath the menu bar, we also have the control panel. The control panel gives us options relevant to a tool in selection or an object we are working on. And then over here, we have our Tools panel. The Tools panel houses all the tools we may use to aid us in creating our project. And then at the right, we also have tabbed panels, which can also appear in dock of panels as well, so you can see pages, layers, link, and all that. And then at the bottom, we also have the status bar. So that gives us a quick tour around the interface of InDesign.